The NFL season winding to a close as the wild card round-off kicks off this weekend.
This afternoon, we're calling Jonathan Huskey up to the 4 p.m. to break down the big playoff games this weekend. Jonathan, great to see you.
Good to be back. Been a while.
For the average viewer out there, what do you think is the key matchup to watch this weekend?
You know, I mean, the wild card weekend is one of those weekends that a lot of times we have these great matchups that we talk about for years. I don't necessarily think we've got that this year. I mean, you look at the schedule, and this could be kind of a weekend of duds. I mean, you know, the Giants-Vikings maybe kind of interesting. Cowboys-Buccaneers maybe kind of interesting. That's the one that the NFL obviously thinks is interesting because it's on Monday night. Cowboys is obviously America's team, everybody cares, and then Tom Brady and the Bucks. But, you know, those are the ones I'm kind of looking at. But, you know, if there's anything we've learned in the NFL over the years, they can jump up and surprise you. So.
Yes.
Do you think that there is a wild card team that could make it to the Super Bowl?
I think the Bills. I mean, the Buffalo Bills are playing. You know, they're one of the best teams in the NFL, and just kind of a victim of their schedule and a victim of their division as to why they're in the wild card round. But I think they're definitely a team that you could see play this weekend and could be playing that first weekend in February.
I think the Bengals beat them. That's my prediction. I think the Bengals. I think they would have beat them before that horrible injury, obviously. But yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. All right, let's switch to college now.
It's quite a move.
That is a statement.
So for the second straight season, Mike Gundy will be looking for a new defensive coordinator after Derek Mason announced he's leaving. The Cowboys are also dealing with a lot of players entering the transfer portal. How can Gundy help settle the ship?
If we got any ideas, we might want to let him know. You know, this is kind of an unprecedented offseason. Not kind of, it is an unprecedented offseason at Oklahoma State, but it's also an unprecedented offseason in college football as a whole. We knew this year with the COVID year and the transfer portal and some of the rule changes that were going on, this was going to be kind of a wild offseason when it came to players moving from one program to the other through the transfer portal. That being said, Oklahoma State's not in a super great spot. They did pick up Alan Bowman. He played quarterback at Texas Tech for a while, spent the last 2 years at Michigan. That's a big pickup for them because it steadies the quarterback room. You're asking, at that point, beforehand, you're looking at Garrett Rangel, who was a true freshman this past year. He's coming in as your #1 starter. Talented player, but probably not the guy yet that you want to take it and contend for a Big 12 championship. So that helps settle it specifically or potentially a little bit, but the question is who he's going to throw it to. I mean, they've had receivers after receivers after receivers jump into the portal. So if they can find some skill guys around him, then they may be able to kind of settle it a little bit, but it's going to be crucial to what happens between now and the end of the offseason for Oklahoma State to have a successful year next year.
Lots of moving parts. Okay, let's end it now with college hoops. ORU, they got a big win last night. Senior guard Max Asmus is having another incredible year. He's 7th in the nation in points per game. Do you think he and the Golden Eagles can make another run to the big dance in March?
Oh yeah, I think so for sure. You know, you've seen the last few years. They had the Sweet 16 run a couple years ago that was so magic that we all remember and had a great time with. Last year was a bit of a struggle. They didn't make the tournament because they didn't win the conference tournament. But the way that they are playing this year with Max Asmus back again after many people thought he would leave after that Sweet 16 year, transfer somewhere, maybe even go to the NBA, for him to be back now, 37 points last night, over 21 points a game. They're by far the best team so far in the Summit League. So if they kind of hold serve and keep playing the way that they have so far and finish the conference season the way that they've started it, absolutely. They win the conference tournament, they make the NCAA tournament, and I think they make noise when they're there again.
So exciting.
Oh yeah, especially what a great way to go out as a senior.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, you can't script it any better. No.
And they got a kid over 7 feet tall. So
7'5", Connor Vanover. He's real good too.
Yeah, and it's really fun to watch if you've ever been to a game.
Yep.
All right, Jonathan, thanks. We appreciate it.